The Royal Commission into the Northern Territory Youth Detention and Justice System continues its public hearings today. And later in the week, commissioners will visit the Dondale Detention Centre. That's the facility which sparked the Royal Commission after treatment of its inmates was featured in a Four Corners programme. Here's reporter Nadia Daly. Nadia, who's giving evidence today?
Today and over probably the next 2 to 3 days, we'll hear from Keith Hamburger. Now, he's the author of a recently released report which was scathing of the Northern Territory's correctional system. He basically said it's not working and said Aboriginal people are overrepresented in the system. Indeed, they do make up around 90% of prisoners here in the Northern Territory. So we expect to hear from him soon, and his evidence is quite anticipated. The Commission started, this hearing started today around half an hour ago, and just minutes ago we heard a very powerful opening address by Senior Counsel assisting the Royal Commission, Tony McAvoy SC. He said that the Commission's breaking new ground in the sense that usually Royal Commissions look to the past, but for the first time he thinks in the world the Commission is dealing with evidence from children currently in protection and detention. And he said for some this will be the first time they've had a voice. He said that also later this week we're expected to hear from some vulnerable witnesses in the Commission.
Well, we're seeing pictures now of Dylan Voller. We were just then, Nadia, one of those boys that were featured in the Four Corners programme. He's expected to give evidence shortly.
Yeah, those iconic images we saw in Four Corners, those terrible images of the young Dylan Voller strapped and hooded in the restraint chair, really would be etched in the memories of many, in the minds of many Australians, and they really helped spark this whole Royal Commission after they aired on the ABC's Four Corners program. And indeed here in the Northern Territory, that same hooded restraint chair you may have just seen in those images, that was Dylan Voller, and that restraint chair has been now banned in the Northern Territory. Last week the Parliament voted to ban it for youth, so it really has had a strong effect here. And Dylan Voller, as well as another young detainee, Jake Roper, who we saw in the Four Corners program, they're expected to give evidence later this week or possibly next week. We haven't been given a clear date for that, but it's something that certainly a lot of people will be interested in hearing from these young men who we've seen so much of in the program, and there'll be a lot of interest in them, Ros.
Nadia, thanks.